What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. It's going to focus in on the Edmonton Oilers Anaheim Ducks second round series. I picked against both teams in the first round, so I guess, well, here they are. Obviously, Anaheim made quick use of a team in Alberta, and Edmonton had fun on a trip to California in the last round, so definitely a little intriguing, underrated, not really relevant storyline, but whatever. Start with the Anaheim Ducks. Obviously, their big guns, we're clicking in that series, particularly Ryan Getzlaf, who, one of those guys I think people write off for some reason every year, and then, oh yeah, by the way, he's still really, really, really fucking good at hockey. And, he showed that Calgary, though, they had some talent down the middle, couldn't match up with what, he was bringing to the table on a night-in, night-out basis, as he delivered 5 points in 4 games in the sweep up there. And then, one thing I thought was really good was how high of a level John Gibson played at. And then he got pulled in, it was game 2 or game 3. Bernier got them the win, and there wasn't a goalie controversy. There wasn't, maybe we shouldn't start Gibson. They went right back to Gibson, and he delivered the win. And again, this is a pretty talented and resilient team, and Randy Carlisle's done a very good job, with this squad. And I was, to be honest with you, very apprehensive about, his second go around in Anaheim, but I was wrong. I'm an adult enough to admit when I'm wrong. And one guy that had a good series last round was Ryan Kesler. He's a fucking prick of misery to play against. He's a player I fucking hate, and I don't have to play against him. So expect to see Ryan Kesler versus Connor McDavid a lot. And I think that's going to be a storyline because, Kessler's whole game is, getting under your skin and being tough to play against. And, obviously when you have a player like McDavid, that's definitely advantageous to be, conducive to being successful and advantageous to, trying to win the series. But again, this Ducks team, I think I kind of underrated them this season. I thought they were talented, but didn't have, proverbially what it took to be, a contender. And I think I got egg on my face. They've done a great job. I mean, with their depth up front. Raquel, 33 goals, very, very, very quietly. Jacob Silverberg, 23 goals. I like Nick Ritchie a lot. I liked him last year. I watched him play in the AHL down in San Diego. I was out there for a weekend. Watched him play a couple games. I'm like, shit, it's kick and play. And again, their youth movement, not only up front but on defense with a Shea Theodore, with a Montour, guys like that getting in the lineup and showing what they can do, and giving the Ducks, another dimension of their attack, I think is, definitely a sign that the Ducks are, what they're doing. Patrick Eaves was a great get at the deadline. He's fit in very well with this nucleus, and they're looking to show that they're on the 10-year anniversary. 10 years to the year, if you will, of winning the cup, that they can bring California its 4th Stanley Cup. Is the Kings have added 2 in the last 5 years. All right, so we talked about the Ducks. I can sit here and talk about how much I love how tough Josh Manson is, and plenty of other dynamics there. But let's focus on Edmonton. Connor McDavid, my friend Connor McDavid. Obviously, probably your MVP in the second year in the league, not a big deal or anything. But I'm not going to focus all my energy on McDavid, which, trust me, is a challenge. But he, the way he elevates the play of the guys around him. I mean, you look at the year Patrick Maroon had. You look at, Leandro Seidel's been on and off his wing at different points, throughout the season and into the, in the series with San Jose. He just does little. His presence drastically alters the Edmonton Oilers lineup. That's not an overstatement. I mean, he's, you got to focus on shutting him down, so other guys get less, attention paid to them, and it's kind of really works out well for everyone. That forward group is deep. Nugent Hopkins, I think, really, the stats don't show, but I was impressed with what I've seen from him. This season, I think he's kind of found a nice little niche as a second line center there. And he's, I think, going to be key in this series because everything Anaheim has is going to be trying to shut down McDavid and Draisaitl. McDavid and Draisaitl, and I think Nugent Hopkins has the ability to take advantage of going up against second tier defenders, if you will, not having to be against Ryan Kessler and Kevin Bieksa on a night in night out basis, if you know what I mean. And I get Edmonton's in uncharted waters to a certain degree, but you look at some of the veterans in that lineup, particularly Milan Lucic and Maroon, obviously former Duck. They've been there before. Benoit Pouliot played in the Stanley Cup final with the Rangers. These guys have been around. Zach Asien, hell of a story, by the way. 2 game-winning goals in the Sharks series. You're getting contributions from those guys. McDavid and company's lives are a lot easier. And their D is better than it has been. I think when you actually sit back and watch Edmonton, as much as I have this season, you see that the Adam Larson for Taylor Hall trade maybe wasn't as much highway robbery as you thought it was, or I thought it was. Then you look at the way, Donnell Nurse, I think, is a hell of a player. I think he's going to be a very important piece of this Edmonton Oilers puzzle going forward. Oscar Klefbom's the real deal. Sekera is, a pro veteran defenseman that I think fits in very well with this new business culture they have. And, everything else kind of just falls into place. And I really like the direction of this Oilers team. And, I'm picking them. I like Edmonton in 6 games in this series. I really think McDavid going to the conference finals in his second year would be a hell of a story and winning the MVP. And this is, as much as McDavid's carried it, you also look at what Cam Talbot's done this season. The guy played 73 fucking games. It's like, what? How I hope going outside that Edmonton addresses the vet goalie situation this offseason so they don't have to ride Talbot as much, but it's not bad for a guy that was Alabama Huntsville and then backing up Henrik Lundqvist for a while. So he stepped up. This Oilers team is it's been a long time coming for that city to have such a talented team. And now that they're here, I hope the fans in Edmonton are enjoying it, but also understanding that I think, honestly, the best is yet to come. And this is coming from a team that I think will be in the conference finals this season. So anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.